you guys are gonna make this project. And the thing is, this was my very first project too. I also made this project as my first project, so that is why I am making all of you to make this as your first ever project. So what we'll do is, we'll make one more desktop here. We'll select one more desktop here, right? Here's the desktop, and we'll make the design over here, correct? Did you make the desktop for the final result? And we can name the desktop also. Let's name it final design. So we have daily goods here as our brand name. So let me show you guys how to make it. We are gonna select our text by clicking T here, and we can make a text box here, and we can write here daily with whole capital daily goods, right? Wait, let me zoom it so that you guys can clearly see this. We're gonna make this type of layout. So we have the font family as Poppins. Let me write the font family, so you guys have to write in the you guys have to write it in the style of Poppins, not Inter or not Arial. You guys have to write it in the font family of Poppins. Just select the Poppins, and you guys can notice that this daily has a bold effect, and this goods has a normal effect, right? This goods has a regular effect, and this daily has a bold effect. So what we'll do is, we'll select this and we'll change the font style to Poppins. We'll select the whole text box and keep it here, and we'll select this daily, just daily, and we'll go with bold color, right? And now it's completely done. The font size should be 36 pixels, right? The font size should be 36 pixels. These are the basic things that I'm saying you all. Are you guys done with the brand name? Yes or no? I want everybody to reply in the chat box. The font size should be 36 pixels, right? Are you guys done with it? Everyone? Okay, Roha is done with it. Very nice. What about more? More people? Should we continue? So, this the brand name is completely done that we made just right now. Then we have our title, our brand hero title, which should be attractive. So basically, this image is from Google, by the way, and I have recreated it as this was my first ever project. So this image is from Google, and it gives a very cool look, and somewhere it's so professional. So this was my first ever project, and then I created some projects by my own, right? So what we can do is, we can go with the text one more time. Let's click T here to create the text box, right? We can click here. We have simple, and then let's write here and comfort, right? The simple and comfort has been written, and let me show you that the font family should be Poppins, the font weight should be bold, and the font size should be 80. Let me send you guys a screenshot, right? So you guys can actually understand it well, right? This will be the things that you have to take care of, right? Okay, so the font weight should be bold, it should be 80 pixels of a font size, it should be a Poppins font family, right? And then you might wondering that what is this 92 line height? Basically, line height, let's decrease it to 10 and let's see what happens. So basically, line height is especially for the spacing of the lines. So 92 is very nice for the line height, and we have this 3% for letter spacing. Let's click 0. It's okay if you click 0, but just for the completion and a professional look, we should click on this 3%, right? Okay, so let's click here this auto width so that it will be completely done, and it should be like this, right? These are the steps to make this project. We are completely done with many of the levels, right? So the thing we are going to be making is the nav bar, right? Which is very important, and we have these five things with the nav bar. The first thing is home, the second thing is catalog, the third thing is rating, the fourth thing is login, and then finally the sign up button. Let me click a screenshot of it and keep it in the chat box so that you guys can easily understand it, right? Okay, can you see the screenshot in the chat box, everyone? We have home, catalog, rating, login, and sign up, right? Okay, so see, now I want to show you guys one more thing, and that is the rectangle over here. Basically, we have created a rectangle over here around the sign up option so that it looks somewhere professional. And we have the corner radius as 20 to curve the borders, and we have the stroke for one, and the fill is for white so that it could mix up with the background, right? Are you guys cleared with it? And we have a little bit of line here so that we can know that we are on the home page, right? This line defines that we are on the home page, right? So are you guys cleared with the nav bar? Did you make it? Did you guys make the nav bar? The title, the nav bar, and the brand name. Okay, Roha is making, Arindam is making. Okay, let's continue with our journey, right? So now let me tell you guys one more tip about the UI designing, and that is when you create a design, right? So the first thing in everything, like for example in wireframe or in the final result, we must make the nav bar very firstly, or we must decide the sections that we are gonna be using. For example, in this section we have three nav bars, plus we have the login and sign up. It's super simple and super easy to read. It's readable, right? So it's very important to select the nav bar or make the nav bar very firstly, and then work on the pricing, the title, the images, about the images, hero subtitle, and the discover us button. It's very easy and simple to do it, right? So just tell me if you guys are completely done with the nav bar, with the hero title, and with the brand name. You guys can take your time, no problems, no worries. Now what we are gonna do is we are gonna be going with our hero subtitle. Now you guys might wonder that how to make it. It's super simple, by the way. Just press T and make a text box, and you'll be having this font which is called Poppins that we are using in our whole web page. Then the font weight must be regular, and the font size should be obviously smaller than the title, because we want the title to be highlighted and not the hero subtitle. So the font size should be 22 pixels. And when it comes to the letter spacing, to make it somewhere professional, it could be 2% and not 3%. You can also put 3%, but when it comes to the professionalism, it could be 2%. And we have the line height for 33, right? If you don't need line height, it's all right. It's all about your choice. Let me put a screenshot of it so that you can easily make it, right? Let me put the screenshot real quick. After you make your nav bar and your hero title and your brand name, you guys have to make the hero subtitle, right? You can see in the wireframe. This is the information about the hero subtitle. So now what we're gonna do is we'll be working on our discover us button, right? Which is one of the most important things. So let's see, this is the text in the discover us button, and we are having the font family as Poppins. The font weight is medium, right? Somewhere thick than regular font. We can do this auto width so that it will be completely done. It will be completely in the shape of the text, right? And then we have the letter spacing as 3% for the discover us button, and then we have the line height, which is 33. But it's not important. If you guys want to keep the line height, it's all about your choice. Let me put the screenshot here in the chat box so that you can easily copy this, right? This is the information for the buttons, information for the button text, right? Now the main thing of the button is that we have to make a rectangle for the button, right? What we can do is we can click R for the rectangle, and we can curve the borders by clicking here on the corner radius and making it 25, making it 25 as the corner radius, right? So the borders will be curved and it should look like a button, and the fill should be F6 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 three times because it's a hex color code. We are completely done with our brand name, the hero title, the hero subtitle, the button, and the nav bar, right? Now we have the main thing is the rectangle, right? So what we can do is we can click R and make a rectangle, and we can put some dark colors so that it could look that it's a slide, right? I'm sending you guys the hex color code for the rectangle, right? This is the hex color code for the rectangle, and what you have to do it, you have to drag the rectangle and drop it below everything, right? Below everything that you made till now, so that everything would be on top and the rectangle would be below everything, right? And now you guys have to make the color somewhere grayish white so that it could be easily visible to all of us, right? The color for the brand name should be F6, and the color for the hero title should be the same, but the color for the hero subtitle should be super white, and when it comes to the button background color, it should be F6 once again, right? Okay, so till now we are completely done with this part, right? Now we have to fill all of the more information in this part. So now in the wireframe, we have made two big rectangles, right? With some curved parts. So what we can do is we can copy two furniture or two chair images from Google like these, right? We can copy two images from Google like these, and we can drag it and drop it to the Figma file, right? And it will be automatically take the shape of your image, right? So okay, can you share the screenshot of hero subtitle? Yes, sure, why not? Okay, so the hero subtitle information is here. We have our information. So I've sent you, Roha. You can copy the information from here, and the color is F6 F6 F6, which is the hex color code, right? We have the image. You can search any image on Google. Let's say this one, I can save it, like save image as. Let's write here chair for Figma, right? And then I have this image, I can drag it and drop it to my Figma file, right? It's here. Let me keep it outside. See, now it's visible. Okay, so what I can do is I can make it smaller, and I can make this image in the size of my rectangle. What I can do is I can firstly copy this, right? I can copy this by clicking Alt, and we'll zoom it a bit. We'll remove this image and we can keep it here easily by making it somewhere smaller, right? Let's increase some height for it and let's decrease some width for it. One more thing we can do is let's just keep it somewhere short, right? See, we are done with the image part, right? Just take similar two images from that and let me do my lines over here. We have one, two, three, and four, right? So let me select all of them and let me keep the image below every line, so the lines should be clearly visible, right? Okay, we are completely done with our images part. I hope you all are done with it. Now the thing is, when it comes to the strokes part, we can add some strokes in it with the color white, and it should be for 4 pixels, which is a common number. Then we have the corner radius for 20, right? 20 pixels. Okay, we are completely done with our images and some strokes too. Let me close these tabs, and here's the final look. This one or this one, right? No matter what's the image, but it should be clean and clear. Now we have these lines with us, right? These lines are for some professionalism and some clarity, that there are more images than one. We can just click on the right arrow, right? So just make 3 lines, right? And don't set any kind of width and height, it's normal. And select white color for the first line, and rest of two should be gray, right? So it will be somewhere professional, and it's your choice if you want to do that or not. Now we'll be working on our about images, right? It's very important. I can copy the text for you and paste it in the chat box, right? I cannot see what you're doing now. Only 2 wireframes are visible on your screen. Okay, okay, let me change this. Just a minute. Let me share my screen again so that it will be visible for you. Now, is it visible for you? So, this is the text that I've copied for you. This is about the images. Here, you have to write it here about the images, and just copy and paste it, and let the font family should be Poppins, and let the font weight to be 400. We have the size for 20 pixels, the line height for 28 pixels, and the letter spacing should be 2 pixels, should be 2%, just for the clarity, right? And the color should be black. Okay, so let's see how much we are done. So we are done with this part currently, this whole left side, and the nav bar is also completely done. The images are also done. The hero subtitle, or we can say about the image, is also done. Now this is one more detail that I wanted to show you, is that add a text with the font family of Poppins, and just write here more details with an arrow. You will be getting in the shapes tool. When you will click on the shape tool, you will be having the option to create a arrow too, right? So just click on arrow and make an arrow, right? That's it. And then we have the title. So we have good store, and chair. Just make it somewhere bold, and let it be regular, and just add whatever price you want, right? So it will be almost done. We'll be almost done with our project. See, this should be the final look of the website, right?